nights of partying and shit. Like you don't remember who you're meeting. You
bro,
might,
that was like for a while. That was my Facebook. Was fucking. I had a whole bunch of people from fucking school or from parties, and I'd be like, "Yo, man, who the fuck is this motherfucker that's posting shit on my shit?" Like, I don't know, bro. Like, half my honestly, bro, out of my like 1,000+ friends on Facebook, probably know like 200 of these motherfuckers.
Shit, you got me beat, bro. Like it used to be so bad when I used to just be walking around. Like I think you seen when I just be walking around in the neighborhood, bro. And niggas would be like, "Yo, her, what up?" And I just look, and I'm like, I don't know who that is, bro. I don't know who that is. I'm not gonna be rude and not reply. I'll be like, "Yo, I see you, my boy. I see you out here doing your thing." No idea who this person is, bro. No idea, bro. I swear to God, bro. At all, man. All right, so how y'all boys doing, man? How does this 4th of July weekend going for y'all boys, man?
Man, I really can't call it a weekend. I'll say my 4th of July day off. It's going all right though. I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. I just been sleeping. I was sleeping till y'all niggas showed up. Like I was sleeping. Here's how my day's gone. I was sleeping so much. I woke up to a note my sister left me. Yo, Rodney, Herbie called you. Call him back. So yeah, that's how my 4th of July weekend's going.
Nah, you know what's funny? Because I had called because I was like, all right, fuck it. Because that's why I had in the chat. I'm like, all right, let's knock this bitch out early instead of waiting like 7, 8 o'clock, bro.
Right.
You feel me? See if I can get y'all boys, just knock this shit out. The episode that is, right? So I threw in the group chat. I said, Gerson, you good? Gerson said, I'm straight, bro. I said, all right, bet. Rod, what about you? I didn't hear from you for hours. I'm like, damn, what this nigga doing? So I was like, this is critical, nigga. I actually called you. If I gotta call Rodney, I need that answer immediately, bruh. Right. I call, no answer. I said, damn, this nigga, man, fuck. Call back. I see Rod calling. I say, yeah, my dog got here, dog. Fucking your sister on the phone, bruh. It's fucking Jesse on the phone. Jesse was like, "Oh, what up, Herb?" I was like, "Where Rod at?" Yeah, that nigga sleep. I was like, damn, damn, that's a grown man right there, man. Just fuck, dog. Like,
done, bro. And I woke up early and everything. Went back.
You know what's funny? Like she said, she was actually gonna write you a note. I'm dying. Like I'm dying laughing right now that she legitimately wrote you a note.
I can bring it and show it to you. It was
that's
the most
funny as
funniest
hell.
shit. Because I woke up and I looked at it, and I'm looking at it like what happened while I was sleeping? And she had to write me a note, bro, to call my dog back. Like,
nah, that's why I'm like, bro. When she said that, I was like, in my mind, I was like, it ain't that deep. I could just text the bro. But
she did, man.
She made it seem like I bet you were like, bro, what the fuck happened?
Yeah, you seen him. I called you, bro. She was like, Rodney, call her. I'm like, what the fuck? What happened? Like, you ain't want to wake me up or nothing. It's like, what the fuck?
Nah, that shit was funny though. But all right, so for this episode, man, we have a loaded episode, bro. This shit is like jam packed. This is gonna require us to actually do something that we don't normally do, which is to tackle like legitimately serious topics, back to back to back. We definitely touching on the Bill Cosby situation. We're 100% talking about Sha'Carri Richardson. Throw a little bit of Brianna McNeil, who's another track athlete who's going through her own situations. This situation, though, in regards to another topic, right? Rachel Nichols versus Maria Taylor. That shit hit me out of nowhere. Like, I was prepping for this episode. I'm like, all right, I got this episode. I figured out we pretty much got the structure and what we're going to talk about. And then boom, this fucking bombshell was dropped on my fucking head, dog. So, yeah, man. Before we get to all of that, though, I do want to just have a little brief movie review. You feel me? It's going to be me by myself. You know what I'm saying? I'm just going to tackle this real quick, get what I want to say out. There was a movie that came out on Amazon Prime. It was called Tomorrow World, and it's starring Chris Pratt. Sci-fi movie, action flick, popcorn movie, whatever, right?
Where can you watch it?
Amazon Prime, right? And fuck the niggas because they ain't paying that shit. You might be onto something with that because they 0 for 2 for sure. Because that movie with Michael B. Jordan, bro, whatever that shit was called, that shit was trash. This one, super trash.
Outside of Incredible, like I have
no. This is what
Invincible.
Invincible.
I keep saying.
Nah, I'm not gonna let you have that. Amazon Prime got some fire shit.
Listen, I don't know it, so
yeah, Amazon Prime got some fire shit. The Boys, 000.
Well, the shows seem that they do well.
They have some decent shows. Man in the High Castle, decent. It's not nothing amazing, but the first 2 seasons I was really interested in. They have a lot of good shows. They got Bosch. They got something called Trinity Star. Like, they have a lot of good shows. I'm not going to take that away from them. It's just you don't naturally think to go to Amazon Prime to watch a fucking show.
Right.
On top of their huge catalog of shows that are not theirs that they have. You feel me? Mr. Robot, Boardwalk Empire, Kirby Enthusiasm, a whole bunch of HBO shows, Star Trek, the whole Star Trek fucking all the Star Trek episodes. Like, they have a lot of shit. They have so much shit that their catalog shits on fucking Netflix. Netflix just has a lot of original content. But when it comes to just overall shows, Amazon Prime has a bunch of shit, bro. But back to the movie, right? So I'm not actually here to review the movie. It wasn't great. It wasn't bad. It was a decent movie, bro. It was a good popcorn movie, bro. I'm not here to disparage it, bro. Yeah, it's not that serious. However, I do want to say this. At some point, we as a nation in a society have to come together and truly understand that we got to ban this nigga Chris Pratt from fucking movies, bro. For real. Let that nigga be Star-Lord to the end of time. And that's it, bro. Don't put him in no more movies, man. I'm tired of this nigga, man. Like, I'm tired of this man.
Honestly,
bro.
the last movie role outside of Guardians of the Galaxy I remember watching him in was the Jurassic World series. And
it wasn't bad.
well, I'm going to say his performance was at the very most forgettable. It wasn't like god awful or anything, but like I don't really remember much about him. Then I realized that Chris Pratt as an actor, outside of his comedic charm, I don't know how much more he really brings to the table, bro, when it comes to being an actor, especially when you depend on him to be the lead for a movie.
Yeah, because, okay, Guardians of the Galaxy, it wasn't going to make or break that movie if Chris Pratt was in it, but they could have got anybody.
I don't know.
They made everybody stars, bro. The only
No,
star.
but some people are so perfect for a role
Facts.
that, I don't know.
Okay, let me argue that. He is so one-dimensional that they had to retroactively completely change Star-Lord's character.
Right. They tailored him to fit him.
To fit.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Yeah.
So Star-Lord is not really like that.
Nothing like that.
Bro, listen. Guardians of the Galaxy, the movie, they're such an obscure group to the masses, to the casual fans. They took liberties with that franchise, which is what made it even bigger than it is back before the movie started. The Star-Lord that we know now was created with Chris Pratt in mind because that's what they had to work with.
Exactly. They had to work with his particular set of skills, to quote Liam Neeson, dog.
But okay, so how much of a shift in the character is it?
Absolute different person. Like the
So
Star-Lord,
he's more serious. He's not
super
just
serious. He was like, he'll make jokes, but it'll be like really like deadpan jokes.
Like dry humor, yeah.
Dry humor, a strategist, multilingualist. Like, this was bro, he's one of the smartest persons in the entire MCU before Star-Lord, before Chris Pratt came in, bro. So it's like, think of a interdimensional Batman, bro. Like,
That's actually good way to put it, though. That's basically what he was.
like, that's exact without all the money, but just his
intellect,
his attitude, how he approached his demeanor, all of that, bro.
Oh, okay, I got
So
you.
yeah, they had to completely change his character.
That's fucked up.
Yeah, because Chris Pratt is so one dimensional.
Wait,
bro.
okay, no.
Go ahead.
Would that character work?
Look, listen. Obviously, they made the right decision. Like, I'm not here to argue that.
Okay.
I am not here to argue that. I'm just saying that if you need more from Chris Pratt than he can give you, you're going to get the movie that wasted 2 hours and 20 minutes of my time last night. And that's the problem.
But what made you give it the whole 2 hours?
I told Rod this before we started recording. I gave it an hour and 37 minutes and I hit pause and I literally said to myself, I can't do this anymore, dog.
But why did you do it anymore?
Because I already gave it an hour and 37 minutes, bro. At
you
that
don't
point,
have to do that to
because
yourself.
you know what? I knew that I wanted to talk about it on the pod. And at that point, what's the new slang? What's the new slogan right now, bro? Got to see it through, my boy.
Hey, just to cut in shortly, bro. I was dying the other day, dog, because Herb posted a picture of the Wendy's spicy chicken chips, and then one of our mutual friends, Prescott, was just like, "But why?" Herb said, "I gotta see it through, my boy." I died, bro. I died, bro. That shit was so hilarious, dog.
Bro, speaking of those chips, bro, like them shits was really bad, like low key terrible, bro. Like,
I can imagine.
nigga, like there's very few times where it was instantaneous that I knew these shits was awful, bro. Like, you know, when you eat chips, like it takes like 2 or 3 chips to be like, okay, just have
Feel it out.
to really feel it out. Like, damn, this not good, but I can see why other people might like it.
Right.
There was none of that. I put one in, a nibble. And I was like, damn, I really about to lose $1.99, bro. Off rip. I was like, bro, I'm a grown man. The chips were so bad and I was so mad at them. I was willing to risk my freedom by just throwing them somewhere in some aisle, bro. But I was like, you know what? I'm a grown man. I'm going to pay for this. I made the decision to eat this, bro, before I pay for them, dog. So I'm going to pay for them and I'm going to throw them bitches in the trash as I walk out. And that's exactly what I did, bro. Damn. But at the end of the day, gotta see it through, my boy. So back to Chris Pratt. Yeah, man. It's just every scene that he shared with another competent actor. Not even like J.K. Simmons was in the movie. Watching them share a scene, bro, was like watching a Jedi Master, bro, with a real Padawan, bro. Like a real deal Padawan. A youngling, bro. Like, I'm talking like high level Jedi Master watching Yoda, bro. Like, and J.K. Simmons wasn't even given that much to work with. He barely had that much dialogue, but the natural talent was so good. And then you just see this guy try to emote, and he just had no idea what he was doing, bro. And he wore it. He wore it on his face, bro. Right. But yeah, bro, listen, I don't want to harp on it too much. Hey, a lot of people seem to like it. I've been watching a bunch of reviews. A lot of comments, people say they like it. Bro, and like I said, it's not great. Normally, you know me, I would bash a movie to death. I'm not here to do that.
Right.
The movie was just a popcorn movie. I understand what it was. My issue is that Chris Pratt, Tom Holland, to a certain degree, Chris Hemsworth, all these guys who got big jobs in the MCU are tasked with trying to carry other franchises. And now we got to acknowledge that these guys are not why we came to these movies.
Right. Right. You're not going to see Spider-Man for Tom Holland.
You're not.
You know what I mean? Now, you went to go see Independence Day for Will Smith.
Of course.
You went to go see John Q for Denzel.
Of course.
But when you go see Thor, you're looking to see Thor. When you go see Guardians of the Galaxy, you're looking to see the crew. But these guys, they haven't reached that level, at least right now, to where they elevate the movie themselves. I haven't seen it.
Facts. Like, okay, Chris Hemsworth, right? He was in a really popular movie on Netflix, Insurgents.
Yep.
The movie was good. I enjoy it. I love the movie. It could have been anybody.
Right. His mark, he didn't leave his own particular mark on
it. At all.
Right.
At all. All I saw was, oh, that's the guy that played Thor. You know what I'm saying? Like,
exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, these guys are not built to carry franchises. And I think a lot of producers are getting too caught up in, okay, that guy was a star in $1 billion movie. Maybe he could carry this movie. Chris Pratt, out of all of them niggas, by far is the least equipped to do this, bro. By far.
Right.
You feel me? By far. Like, and I believe it at that, bro. All right, so now let's get into actual serious topics, man. So, over the weekend, Bill Cosby, and we're going to actually, do a 180 in our tone and everything, right? Bill Cosby was released from prison.
Free Bill Cosby.
That was a movement. That was definitely a movement.
Boosie sent him a gift basket.
That was wild. That's wild. That's fucking wild.
Apparently, so.
That's wild.
Hey, man, free Cosby, bro. You know what I'm saying?
All right. Before you just get us completely just blacklisted on all
media websites,
let's provide some nuance and context, and then you can say whatever the fuck you want, bro. I'm gonna let y'all cook because I just cooked for fucking 10 minutes on this fucking movie. How do y'all feel about him being released? Like, we know why he was released. He was released on a technicality, but before we get into the macro of it, what was your initial reaction to him knowing that he got released?
I was like, you good. No, no, I'll just play. I was pleasantly shocked. I was like, damn, man. At least the old man don't die in jail. I was one of his, I wouldn't say supporter, but I felt like it was to destroy. They basically destroyed his reputation. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I always looked at it. And at the end of the day, you know, he got out. It's cool, whatever. Don't really care. But, you know, originally, no, pleasantly shocked. At least he doesn't die old, fat, with one eye in the fucking jail. So,
I mean, when I got the news, I also was shocked. It was more of a surprise because I hadn't known all the details. So when I looked into it, I was just like, oh, so that's how this nigga got off. To be honest, when the situations like these, I don't really know how to feel, to be honest with you, because it's like when he got locked up, I didn't really care either way. Because, you know, a lot of people were mad because obviously those of us who know Bill Cosby, he was like the original American black father on TV, the most positive influence on TV. So, of course, there were a lot of black people who were upset. Oftentimes, you know, high-level black men, they seem to want to tear high-level black men down. So a lot of people were upset when he got arrested. But on the other half of it, there were also 50-plus women who came out and said that this nigga. Now, granted, I mean, it's not my place to say, but this is my personal belief. I'm sure not all of them, you know, there's going to be some liars in there. But he had so many accusers that I was like, yo, this nigga Bill was on some shit. This nigga was a threat to society, bro, at some point. So him doing time, he more than likely deserved it. So him getting out on a technicality is just, to me, when I read about it, I was just like, man, it was just the law system. Just like these people who talk about, oh, we're gonna put him behind bars to protect you people, and we wanna give all the women who, they don't give a fuck. They did enough to do what they wanted to do, and now that he's out, they don't care. Like he's good now, bro. Bill's not going back to jail. Like he's straight.
Okay, so my opinion on the situation, right? Like you, I was kind of taken aback. I was like, because it was so random. Yeah. Like there was no lead up to it. There was no build up to it.
You just wake up and on social media, oh yeah, Bill Cosby just got out.
Like what? I thought it was a joke, and I had to double, triple, quadruple verify. Like I had to go through source. I'm like, okay, what the fuck is going on?
Right.
So once I came to the terms with him actually getting out of jail, I looked into it, and of course, like you mentioned, he got out on a technicality.
Right.
Right. And this is where we're going to be put in awkward situations talking about everything in the entire podcast. This podcast, this is a very awkward podcast the whole way through, right?
Right.
Starting with this. On one hand, and I'm going to remove my opinions. I'm going to remove myself. Normally, I always speak from how I feel. This one is completely an out-of-body experience, and I'm just going on how I'm reacting to how other people feel, right? So, it's two sides. Right. There's nobody in the middle. It's either you thought this nigga should never been in there to begin with, or you thought that he got what the fuck he deserved,
and he was gonna rot.
And he was gonna rot in prison, right? We're not gonna talk about them. We're gonna talk about the law system because that's the most important conversation. Everybody involved, from a legal standpoint, knew eventually he could get out. They just didn't think that he had the perseverance to survive this shit, bro. Like, say what you want to say about this motherfucker, bro. He was not going to die in prison, bro.
Hey, wait. Didn't the nigga get hit with something? I remember he get hit with a burger or something like that.
That I don't know. I don't know about that.
Wait, he got hit with a burger? What kind? That's hilarious.
Remember hearing the story about him getting attacked in the
No, all I know is while he was in jail, from the most part, like, he was that dude. Because everybody was like, you know, when you an inmate, bro, you respect people you don't feel like should be there anyway. So he had plenty of clout in jail, from what I understand. You might be right. I just don't remember that, right? I just know the prosecutor of this case didn't think this nigga would survive.
The first one.
Mm-hmm. Right? I know the judge who sentenced him to life, whatever, how many years, didn't think it was like, this nigga probably gonna die in 6 months, bro. Bill Cosby was like, nah, I ain't dying. I can't see. I could barely talk. I barely got sense, but I know I'm not dying to this motherfucker, bro. And he let that energy keep him alive, bro. Like,
Hey, that man is honestly, he became Stink Meter, man.
nigga, I'm out, nigga. Dog. So, okay, now we need to have a conversation about the legal aspect of this, right? Those same people who put him in jail, the prosecutor, let's take it back. This is a high-profile case. This was thoroughly researched. Everybody involved knew what was at stake. There's not a single person that was involved in this fucking prosecution, hearing, appeals, all of that. You had to be on your P's and Q's. These people knew that there was a possibility in the state of Philadelphia, because however they have their laws, however it's written, he might get overturned. His sentence might get overturned on a technicality. They still prosecuted him anyway. Why? Because it was never about Bill Cosby. It was about earning a badge. The first prosecutor on this case did not take the case because he thought he couldn't win the case. So that lets you know the second prosecutor, who the first prosecutor wrote an email to and said, you should not take this case because I don't think you could win it because of this very reason, which is the disposition, which we'll explain a little further for people who are not informed on it. So that means the prosecutor took a case that he knew he could win because he wanted a badge. The judge gave a conviction that he knew, or he or she knew, wouldn't stand because that person wanted a badge. Everybody wanted a badge involved in this. And what happens is true victims took a loss today.
Yep.
That's the biggest fucking issue because of selfish desires. And that's letting you know that these people are not here to protect you. They don't care about you, bro. Like, everything is about public's appearance to everybody.
Yep.
Like, at the end of the day. And that's why it's so hard to prove rape, because a lot of rape victims don't even come out because they don't feel like the legal system is actually for them. This right here did a awful job to sway them otherwise, bro. Like,
It's so sad, man.
It's very sad. In regards to the technicality, right? Now, I'll explain that right now to people who don't know. He had a disposition. He didn't actually acknowledge drugging women and raping women. He just acknowledged for his immunity that he gave women Quaaludes. Basically, his position was, yeah, I gave them these drinks. That's it. I mean, I gave them these drugs. They're very effective. That's part of the culture. You know about that from Wolf of Wall Street, the movie with Leonardo DiCaprio, what Quaaludes can do, because that's how it got down.
Especially back in them days.
And actually, this was fucking 2004. This is based off of a case in 2004, which he was tried in 2015 and charged in 2015. The disposition was from 2004. There's no actual written document of the disposition, but enough people know about the disposition, know about the terms of the disposition, that it didn't even need a written form of it, right? They have too many people that's on the record that says, yeah, it actually exists, where we said we'll give him immunity if he talks to us. They went against that, tried him anyway, sentenced him anyway when he already had immunity, knowing damn well that there's a possibility for this nigga to get out. They just thoroughly overestimated this nigga's willpower, bro.
Man, his resiliency is something to be.
They thought they
man.
could sentence him, and even if he got out the next day.
How long he been in jail then?
He's been in jail for 3 years,
bro.
He's been in jail for
At
3
what
years.
age?
He got sentenced at 81. He's 84 now, I think.
No, my grandma's 84. That ain't nothing.
Yeah, but the thing is, your grandma's 84 in the care of her family. It's different being 81 and you already can't really see.
He's 83, so he went in at 80.
At 80, right? Mm-hmm. So it's different. Like my grandfather just passed. He's 91. Yeah, obviously, you know what I'm saying? They just thought, okay, this nigga's 80. We gonna throw this nigga in jail. Federal prison. He can't make this, dog. They tried my dog Bill, man. Bill had something to say. Bill Cosby definitely has something to say. Trust me, I'm not trying to laugh, but it's just that aspect of it is funny. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. That's fucking hilarious, bro.
Bill wasn't going down like that, dog. Bill wasn't going down
right,
like that,
wrong,
man.
or indifferent. Even if Bill is wrong, in his mind, What kept him alive is that he believed he was innocent, bro. And that's all he needed, bro, was belief, dog. And that shit kept him alive to see freedom again, bro.
How do we know if he was in terrible conditions?
He was in a federal prison. This was a federal case. So,
well, was it the type of prison where what's the name went? Buddy that killed himself.
And
he was able to walk out of jail and blah 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 whenever he wanted. So was it that type of?
No, you're talking about whatever his name is, the billionaire from fucking New York. He was in a real jail. He was in a real ass jail. The only person I know who got a bullshit ass jail was fucking Martha Stewart, bro. Martha Stewart was chilling. Martha Stewart in jail had a better life than me out of jail. Bill Cosby was in a fucking jail. You know what I'm saying? Now he was straight. He had a good situation. He was left alone. You feel me? The inmates, he didn't have to worry about prison politics, which is what makes jail so rough, is that you have to worry about politics. You have to worry about being an alpha male. You have to worry about protecting yourself. You have to worry about your booty, nigga.
You gotta worry. You gotta watch out for niggas like the booty warrior.
Well, people always said that like niggas is not getting raped in jail. They just having sex. They having gay sex.
Nah,
right?
facts. But you're right. But this is what people don't acknowledge. Like, okay, so there's a YouTube channel where it's this fucking guy. He just interviews some bodybuilder that went to jail but became a bodybuilder or whatever, right? He interviews people who were in jail. Yes, it's just gay sex. But what happens is the mental break to get to the gay sex. You got to break these niggas down to get their booty, bro. This shit's wild. And once you break them down and they cool with it, then yeah, it's consensual.
Bro, like, nah, like, I don't think people understand, like, how fucked, like, we are, like, us here are all heterosexual males. Like, a nigga has to break you for you to put that ass up, bro.
Yeah, facts,
like,
bro.
You know what I mean? Like,
because they're
different level.
Exactly. Point being, right? And I'm sorry to people who's listening. I don't know the names exactly, so you could go look at the episode yourself. But they had this dude, right? He was an Army vet, and him and his whole platoon, they got arrested because they were doing crack. He had a crack addiction in the Army, right? And he was bad. He was like, he had a bad episode, went to jail for 13 years. He got a cellie, right? And the cellie was some big ass dude. He said it. He was like, the cellie told him the first night, he was like, all right, just letting you know how it goes down. You kind of handsome. So what's good? The dude who was getting interviewed said he was like, nah, bro, you gonna have to kill me. And he said that the guy who approached him got pissed and requested a new cellie because he was a lifer. He was doing life. So basically, he was like, I'm not getting out. So I'm gay now, nigga. Fuck it. Like, I'm taking booty holes, nigga. I'm never getting out. I'm doing double life. So he was like, nah, you're gonna have to kill me. And I guess he said he was like the dude who was getting interviewed, the Army vet guy, was saying that he felt that he was serious, like was like, you're not gonna take my ass, bro. Like, so he was like, fuck it, bro, just give me a new cellie, because he was like, he's been there so long, he had so much clout that he could just literally request a new cellie whenever he wants, type shit. You feel me? There's a lot of politics in prison. So Bill Cosby was in prison. Bill Cosby just didn't have to deal with that aspect, bro, because a lot of people in prison respected him because they felt like he shouldn't have been there anyway.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But again, bro, everybody involved, the prosecutor who prosecuted the case, he wins. It doesn't matter if Bill Cosby gets out. He could say, I was trying to do the right thing.
I got him jail time.
I got him jail. I did what I wanted to see him go to jail. The judge who sentenced him, I wanted to see him go to jail. They could wash their hands with this, bro. They ain't got shit to do with them.
They trash, man.
Facts.
Of course. 100%.
Facts.
100%,
bro. 100%. All right.
And people are going to champion this.
For sure.
Oh, definitely, bro. Unfortunately.
For sure. All right. Okay, so next topic, also a serious topic, but for a completely different reason, right? So over the weekend, or I don't know what day it was. It was this
later
past
in the week. Yeah,
later in the week. Sha'Carri Richardson, who is a sensation, and this, we can have a different conversation probably for another episode. It speaks to like what star power is. It doesn't matter what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
if you are a star, you can elevate whatever you're doing, bro. Nobody gives a fuck about track and field, especially women's track and field, bro.
Yeah.
And nobody gives a fuck. And people were super excited for this because she captivated people, bro. You like Snoop Dogg said it best. You can't make a star. You're just born one.
Right.
You feel me? You can't pick and choose this aspect. Like, you're just born a star. You have something that people just gravitate towards, right?
Right.
So that's why the news of her failing her drug test, getting popped for a 30-day suspension for marijuana pissed so many people off, right? And this is what I hate. The position that I'm going to have puts me in a position that lumps me in with the Clay Travis of the world, bro. The Jason Whitlocks of the world, bro. Like, those fucking corny niggas, bro.
Right.
Like Clay Travis, whatever, right? Jason Whitlock is black. He's a coon for hire, dog. And I'm going to have a similar opinion like this nigga, bro. But I got to speak my truth.
Right.
She got popped for weed, bro. It happens, bro. Like, it's nothing more than that.
Right.
It's nothing more than that. The fact that this is a big issue is for selfish desires, just because you want to see her raced. And
right.
I think that that's dominating the conversation, bro. What do you think about that, Rod?
No, I mean, well, the thing is, right, like when I first heard about it, you know, I was just like, you know, I smoke weed. There are times, like, I don't have any on me right now, but there are times I'll be smoking weed on this podcast. So the last thing I'm going to do is disparage and destroy someone for doing something I do. But what people have to understand is the Olympics is an international thing. And a lot of people are upset and they're outraged. And then you got people talking about, oh, they don't ever say this with Michael Phelps. Well, Michael Phelps doesn't get busted for smoking weed. Sha'Carri did. And I heard this saying from a former athlete before.
I'm sorry to interrupt. But my question was, when Michael Phelps, did him smoking weed come out after he finished swimming and winning, or
it was after?
Okay, so I got a whole thing that I'm gonna do on that. So we'll get to Michael Phelps, but go say what you were gonna say.
Yeah, so when it came to Sha'Carri and everybody, you know, tripping about it, like I understand, like it's upsetting because, you know, obviously she represents the country in the Olympics. Like, that's who we want. She's a star, as Herb referred to. But at the end of the day, the rules are the rules. And trust me, I think the rules are retarded. But when you even look at the rules that they have for the Olympics, like they're not like stringent fucking stuck rules. So, you know, it sucks that she won't be able to, well, she's going to be suspended. But at the end of the day, you know, if she didn't want to get suspended, man, she should have just waited, nigga. You should have just kept yourself clean before and after. And I know she's going through some family hardship, so it's hard for me to say what she should do to heal and whatnot. But you know what position you're in, dog. Like, at the end of the day, you chose to smoke weed and you got caught. And then you're going to have to deal with the consequences.
Well, how I feel about it is that I don't really care. I don't care about her running. I don't care about her smoking weed, anything like that. But I do lay on the side of, like, it should not be something that stops her from running. I just know it's the rules and we got to deal with it or whatever. But I do truly hope sometime in the future we can stop with the weed shit.
Well, this is based on international, though. So
no, but that's my point. Internationally, at some point we stop with the weed shit.
Okay, so
you know
this is why this is such a, bro. There's so much nuance and so much context that gets lost in this entire conversation, right? Because let's call a spade, right? And I'm gonna be honest, right?
Yeah,
I understand what's happening with my community in regards to how we're treating, and I'm talking about the black community, how we are outraged. I know where it's coming from. I know why people are being mad. But the problem is that the lens is off. Sometimes it's not that deep. It's really not. Like, she just got popped for weed, bro. Like,
right. That's
all it is. I'm seeing people compare this to George Floyd. I'm seeing people compare this to Colin Kaepernick.
No, you did not.
I swear to God, I put money on it, bro. I'm not gonna make that up. I'm not gonna make that up.
People are making it a huge race thing, bro.
And this is the problem anytime there's something that involves a black person, bro, because I feel sorry for Sha'Carri Robinson.
Of course.
For multiple reasons. Like, At the end of the day, above all, fuck the gold medal, fuck all this shit, bro. She had to cope with something.
Right.
The real question that everybody, white, black, Spanish, Asian, the real question that every single person should be asking is, why does she feel the need that marijuana was her only coping mechanism? Like, how is she? How does she feel?
No, I mean, as someone that's smoking, Rodney, no, this was days when you trying to be clean and then you something happen and you just feel like you gotta smoke.
Right, and we'll get to that too because that doesn't add up either.
Why?
And we'll get to that because, okay, Rod mentioned it. What I think a lot of people are doing are making it seem like the Olympic and the World Doping Agency is this fucking shit from the 1920s where you can't even look at weed. Bro, they literally changed all the rules. They don't care if you smoke. They really don't, bro. They don't test for you in the off season. They don't test at all. The only time that they test, and they increase their limit, the only time that they test is during competition leading up to the fucking, what's it called? Literally. It's like getting the fucking, getting the study guide and saying it's an open book test and you still get an F, bro.
Well, okay, so here's the thing. I understand, but be honest, bro,
No, this
on.
is a dummy test, and I'm not saying this is not the conversation about Sha'Carri Robertson.
I get that.
Yeah.
No, I get that. But my point is how everyone feels.
That's not how everybody feels.
Oh,
people in Istanbul do not feel the same way about marijuana that people in America do. Everybody is having an American lens and an American sensibilities. People in Japan don't feel the same way about marijuana the same way Americans do. People in fucking China don't feel the same way about marijuana the same way Americans do. This is an international event. And that's the part that is missing. Is it right? No. But we have to stop thinking about how we view. I've seen people saying, oh, she smoked in a state where it's legal. That has nothing to fucking do with fucking Japan or Iran, bro. There's nothing to do with that fucking country, bro. Has nothing to do with that country. Absolutely nothing. So she smoked in a fucking state where it's legal. Is this an American event? No. Did she get suspended by an American track association? No. She got suspended by the World
WADA
Doping Agency.
The world. The world. And I see that people are just completely losing sight. That's why I posted.
I mean, okay, Herbie.
Yeah.
Like I'm saying, I hear you. Everybody hear you. It's just the point that I feel like it's got to become something that's worldwide.
I don't think so, because if it did, bro, we're not even fully legal in America.
That's because they're figuring out the politics to it and whatnot.
Look how long it took.
Well, but there was a certain time where everything was like legal
Gerson,
to begin with, bro.
You got to think about it from this standpoint too. There are still countries where women can't show their faces. Like, we've progressed in different ways because America's kind of built.
But that's religion wise, bro.
Doesn't matter. That's still a part of the world, that still ties to it, though.
Okay, bro.
That's still tied to it, bro. Like, you're talking about countries who base their entire society off of religion. And that's what I'm saying. A lot of people, and that's a lot of countries. And I think a lot of people are just saying like the Olympics are not trying in regard. Now, there might be some other shit when they're trying to persecute people. Fine. I'm not going to let y'all have this one, though. I'm sorry. I can't. I got to be honest.
I mean, I hear you, bro. I'm not fighting you. I'm just saying.
I'm not even talking to you. I'm talking to the people. There's going to be people who are pissed, who don't even know about track, who don't know shit about this, who doesn't know that the Olympic Committee went from testing throughout the offseason to saying, you know what? We don't care. Went from testing right up to a certain amount of time to saying, we don't care.
They only test during the competition period now.
That's it. And on top of that, they literally boosted it from 10 milligrams to 150. That means you have to be smoking a lot to fucking get popped, bro. So this idea that she just was clean and she just fell to the blunt because her mother died. No, she's been smoking. She just didn't think it would matter. That's ultimately what happened. And it mattered.
Okay. Well, how much is 100 milligrams?
That's a lot. to
You
test. Yes. 150. That's a lot. That
Well,
means
and you have to think about it. It's not even. It's just a lot. She's an athlete, a track star, someone who exercises, drinks water regularly. Like you could smoke
It
weed as an
doesn't get
athlete, and it's not going to stay in your system. Like
Yeah, it
that.
does.
Nah.
No. If she was somebody who just smokes on occasion, like once,
That's
what's
what
it
I'm
called?
saying.
No, this is somebody who smokes all the time for it
Yeah.
to still be in her system.
Okay, I get
Yeah.
it. No, okay,
Yeah.
yeah, I got you, bro.
So
She had to be chiefing, bro.
But like us, like
Yeah.
you,
I mean, I'm not saying that necessarily like me, but
because I can't
No,
see
bro,
her being
it's-
like I'm
but, like-
smoking a blunt and I'm running.
no, bro. Real talk.
Uh-huh.
I'm telling you, she's a smoker. She's an avid smoker. And that's fine. That's fine. What happened is that she just didn't really feel like it was that big a deal. Whatever.
I can't agree to that. Man.
No, because you can't get popped if you don't smoke and you just decided to smoke because your mother died. It's impossible. With the degree that you have to have in your system to get popped, that's not what happened. That's just a fact. One blunt ain't going to show up on giving you almost 200 milligrams of fucking space, bro. Like,
no way, bro. No way.
Well, but then, like I said, how much
a
blunt
blunt
would
is
you-
only 3.5. Like, what are we talking about, bro? Like,
Yeah, blunt. It's trust me, bro. She had to be. She was chiefing. But granted, you know, I think it was her mother that passed.
her
away.
mother who died. Okay, so what happened is she didn't even know. Her mother passed because she had an estranged relationship with her mother. Her mother passed. A reporter was the one who told her. She didn't even know because the relationship was so strained. So, and mind you, this is something else that people are choosing to ignore. She raced the same day that she found out her mother died. The test was before the race. So she didn't smoke because her mother died.
Right. She was cheaping, bro. She was cheaping.
But nobody says that, though.
You right. You right.
Nobody brings that up. and I didn't even want to bring that up. I really didn't.
Nah, you good.
And that's
You
a
got
that's a point that nobody wants to say. Or whatever, dog.
I mean, you know, the problem is, you know, especially now with the internet and how much access we have, people just want to be right, man. That's just what it comes down to. People see a situation and they get mad and they feel some type of way. But guess what? How you feel doesn't always apply to the reality of the world. Look, when I found out she smoked and she couldn't do it, I was just like, oh, that sucks because I'm a weed smoker. Like, I wish that they were lax on the rules, but guess what? They're not.
They're not.
And we just have
And
to
they
deal
are.
with it.
And here's the crazy part. They are lax.
And they
on
are
the
lax. My
rules.
bad. They're just not.
And that's
it's
the
just-
the part that I feel like a lot of people are losing because they're looking for prosecution. They're looking for like that's a target. The dumbest thing that I'm hearing is saying that I'm hearing people say they don't want black women to dominate the race. The entire field is black women. What are you talking about? You will not see a single white woman at the fucking 100-yard dash, bro. I promise you, bro. Like, what the fuck are you saying, bro? Like,
I just need this.
like,
But I got you, bro.
like, you think that America doesn't want the best chance to win that race that we've had in decades? America doesn't want that? You think they want the Jamaicans to win? Fuck no. What are you talking about? But what happens is when you're, so, and this is what I was going to say earlier, bro. This is why I feel bad for her. On top of everything that she had to deal with, on top of the stress, the pressure to perform, all of that, bro. That's the part that pisses me off is because we don't care about her. People don't care about her.
Right.
She's a conduit for a different conversation
Mhm.
that other people are using her circumstances to get whatever other takes that they want to get off on. And that's the bigger problem. And that shows that you don't give a fuck about her.
Right.
Because only thing that matters is how is she feeling?
Right.
And I don't hear nobody asking that. The only person I've seen on Twitter, online, with any kind of blue checks, any kind of bullshit is Taylor Rooks from Bleacher Report, NBA reporter. See that baby too. Ooh, shit. Y'all need to look up Taylor Rooks. Y'all know who she is. She said, bro, Sha'Carri got popped. And this is paraphrasing her tweet. She got popped. She took responsibility like a person. And that's the best part. She's like, you know what? Hey, it happened. I did it. Nobody's asking how is she. And that's the most important conversation.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Y'all are just using this to get whatever takes you really feel off, bro. And that's why they always use the same arguments, dog. Because you're looking for the next person that you feel is getting fucking wronged, bro. And this one really is stretching it, bro. Because it's only black women in this event, bro. Like, it's only black people, period, bro. Like
Who are the fastest?
who
runners on the
are they
planet,
getting
bro?
out the paint, bro? Who they getting out the paint, bro?
Right.
Seriously, bro. Same situation with another track and field athlete, right? Brianna McNeil. So she got a 5-year ban, and she's a track athlete who was banned for 5 years because she missed a test, right?
Right.
Oh shit! You know what? No. Before I get off of that, because I know I said I was going to talk about the Michael Phelps. So okay, so we'll get to the Brianna McNeil. I'm sorry.
Right.
When I say that people are losing or not using context and nuance in regards to this conversation, and we've been running long, so I'll make it quick. I'm seeing people, a lot of people, say that Michael Phelps got to compete and keep his gold. Right? It's one of the worst false fucking equations ever. It shows that you don't actually care about nuance, bro. There are people who feel like Michael Phelps got to prosper and Sha'Carri Robinson is getting to suffer for the same thing. Michael Phelps got suspended for 3 months by his own team, did not fail a drug test, was only seen with a bong, and lost sponsorships. In a way, Michael Phelps was prosecuted worse than a black woman, bro.
Yeah.
So when I hear people bring up Michael Phelps, I immediately discount with everything they got to say. Because you can't bring up Michael Phelps.
Right.
Michael Phelps got way worse of a fucking short end of the stick for something that he didn't even do, which is fail a drug test.
Right.
He just got pictured with
He
a
just got
bomb.
seen. There was accusations allegedly smoking weed.
Allegedly smoking weed, and he got fucked over. So when I hear people bring up Michael Phelps, you gotta be discounted. Like, there was one person who brought that up, and then she got killed in her fucking comment section. Everybody was like, if you knew that if he did all of that, why'd you bring it up? Because she didn't know that. And so people had to remind her that, bro. Like,
Right.
And these are people who have like publications. These are real writers. These are journalists, not just random people, bro.
Right.
And there's another one. Deadspin wrote an article. This is one of the worst sentences I've ever read on a actual publication. Richardson was hit, and this is a article from Jesse Spector on Deadspin. Richardson was hit with a 1 month suspension for a failed marijuana test, which will keep her out of the 100 meters at the Olympics. The rising track star smoked weed, which is legal in Oregon. Again, doesn't fucking matter, but whatever. After learning of the death of her biological mother. The problem is that pot is a banned substance in track. While Richardson took responsibility and accepted her ban, her situation stands in stark contrast to what happened when Michael Phelps got caught smoking pot, albeit, and this is the part that you can't even write the article. This person even threw this in there, albeit not right before the Olympics. What's the fucking point?
People, bro. What are people doing?
This is a professional writer on Deadspin. Even put in there because they had to, albeit not right before the Olympics. Then it's not equatable.
It doesn't matter, right? It doesn't
They're
matter.
not one for one. They're not apple to apple situations.
Well, the reason why I asked that question, I remember the situation of him getting in that trouble with weed right when you brought it up. But I was just wondering, did it happen before he got to go to Olympics?
No. Okay, so this
reading
is
the context of it, or well, not reading, but you listening to what you're saying, it's completely different. It's completely different, and plus, he already won, bro.
No, yeah, this was 2012. He won. That's when his that's when he just dominated, right? He came home. There's pictures of him at a party with a bong. He got suspended by his own team, Team America. He couldn't compete at any swimming competitions for 3 months, and he lost sponsorships for something that he did not fail, just for a picture. So people, even this person who knows what happened to Michael Phelps, still had the audacity to say what happened to Sha'Carri Robinson in stark contrast with Michael Phelps. How is it stark? Michael Phelps got fucked harder. But we just can't acknowledge that a white guy got fucked harder than a black woman, bro? We can't do that, bro.
Well, that's not the acknowledgement. No one know the story. I didn't know the story.
But that person knows the story because that's a professional journalist. That
They
person
have to know the
They
story.
have to know the story.
Yeah, they have to. But but this is the problem with America now. Or maybe this was always a problem with just media in general. These people have all this knowledge. It's just the way they put it together and distribute it to form a narrative that fits whatever the fuck they want to say. Like, you are aware of all this, but you still are going to play on the ignorance of those who are going to consume what you're writing. And that's the whole point of people doing shit like that.
Exactly,
Which
bro.
is
It's just disgusting, bro. Like, the minute you put albeit not right before the Olympics, your entire point falls apart. Knowing what happened to him after he was dragged. It just sounds crazy to say that a white American male got dragged, bro. It doesn't happen, but it happened.
He definitely got dragged.
He got dragged. It just feels so long ago that it doesn't feel like that's what happened, bro. Real quick, Brianna McNeil.
McNeil, yeah.
Brianna McNeil, right? So she's another track athlete, right? Same thing. She got a 5-year ban because she missed a test. The narrative is that she missed the test because she was having an abortion. And I fell for it, bro. I read the headlines. I was like, bro, how they gonna do that, bro? What the fuck? Then I read on. Then I actually, did the due diligence. Actually read an article, bro. Like, not the articles that people want to post with the headlines who are painting a narrative. Looked into it. People who are track fans. People who, in these comment sections, educated me. This is somebody who's already failed the drug test. In that same year, missed 3 tests. So in 1 year, the test that she missed was the 4th test that she missed the same year.
Which is intentional, by the way.
Which is intentional.
Like,
what are you hiding?
Like if you miss 1 drug test, I understand. 2, after 2, bitch, you just ain't trying to take this test.
And this is somebody who's already failed the drug test, got popped for fucking PEDs, bro, which was a 2-year ban. So people just see 5-year ban for missing a test, losing all context. This is somebody who is trying to cheat. And she falsified the documents, which is another reason why she got a 5-year ban. But everybody because nobody's actually a fan of track and field, don't actually know her story, don't actually know her history and what she's already been suspended for, why she had such a severe ban this time. You feel me? The Olympics are getting a bad rep in regards to these 2 isolated situations. All the other shit, they deserve it.
Right.
I'm just here to talk about these 2 isolated situations, bro. You feel me? And if you want to hear that, fine. If you don't, fine. Just don't cry to me about Brianna McNeil getting a 5-year ban when it's obvious this bitch is doping. I don't want to hear that shit, bro. I don't.
That's facts, though.
And I don't care that she's doping. That's fun. Bro, do you? Bro, we all need an edge.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Lance Armstrong became a superstar, nigga. That nigga was on the juice like crazy. Do you, baby? But I'm gonna learn about what's actually going on, and I'm gonna speak on it, bro. And it's that simple, bro.
That's it.
It's that simple, bro. All right. Next topic. Okay, so this is ESPN related. I'm not sure how much people know about this. Fuck, we already an hour in. Fuck shit. So Rachel Nichols. God, bro, this fucking Westgate got me talking crazy right now. Rachel Nichols, big time personality ESPN on the basketball side for years, right?
Yeah, she's on the countdown, man.
On the countdown show.
Mm-hmm.
Maria Taylor was up and coming college because she did a lot of college shit. Used to be a sideline reporter for college, and then they put her on the NBA side. So she does college football and NBA, right? In a New York Times article, which was dropped on my head today, actually.
You put me on.
Nah, it was, bro. That shit was out of nowhere. Basically, Rachel Nichols is what happens when you are somebody who is a fake advocate. And she got exposed for being a fake advocate. Story goes, and if you want to read the story, just put in Rachel Nichols, New York Times. You're going to get the entire story, right? Long story short, she basically not accused Maria Taylor, but she accused ESPN of putting Maria Taylor on the NBA Finals coverage, which is the top billing of the sport, because she was a black woman. And the reason why Rachel Nichols had an issue is because that was her job. That's her territory. The problem is that Rachel Nichols can't be the person to say that. Rachel Nichols, fuck saying it. Rachel Nichols can't be the person that feels that, because Rachel Nichols is the first person who is a virtue signaler.
Mm-hmm.
She uses her platform on ESPN to virtue signal. So everything that she said, everything that she's built, her entire persona is built on trying to big up women, trying to big up people of color. But when behind the scenes, you're truly exposed to who you are, bro. You're a white woman that don't want to see a black woman take your spot, dog. And it's that simple, bro.
I mean, see, and that's where I hearing and seeing everything, the video, I mean, hearing what Rachel Nicholson said, I sat there and I listened. I just took it as, you know what, she sounded like a person that don't want to lose her job, bro. And for the most part, in America, bro, I can understand people that sit there and they feel threatened and they act different. So I'm the type of person that I understand. If I understand what you're trying to do or what you've done, I'm way more laid back about it. So I wouldn't never say she fake or she that shit she did wasn't real. So
nah, but here's the thing though, Gerson.
No, let me get it right. The only reason why I would say it's fake is because she specifically said diversity. She could have easily said, hey, I don't think Maria deserves to be at that spot.
Right.
She threw in the diversity word.
Right.
Which basically means that she only thinks she got that spot because she's black. It has nothing to do with anything out of that.
And that was
that's the issue. Go ahead.
That was the point I was gonna make was like the fear of someone taking your spot, of you losing your job in America is a very real fear for millions of people. So no one's disparaging her for feeling that way. But when you listen to her diction, the way she put the words together, she basically made it specifically seem like, ESPN has this long time bad track record with being diverse. So they want to throw a black woman in there and take me off, you know what I'm saying? So that they can fucking make themselves look better. So basically she fuck the fact that Maria Taylor is good at her job and is working both basketball, working multiple sports and basically earned her way there. You're just basically like, oh, well, they need a black girl there, and she's going to take my spot, and I don't really like the idea of that. Like, they shouldn't do that. Like, the way she worded it, it just makes it seem like it's just like, damn, Rachel, like, you always the one who's always on that side of things. And when the rubber meets the road, you throw a black girl under the bus because you feel like ESPN is doing it because they want more of that. What the fuck is that?
And on top of the fact that you know yourself, you got your position because you are a woman. So you got to skip the line. And you got mad at somebody who you think skipped the line. Like, what sense does that make? Like, that's the ultimate hating, bro. On top of the fact that it is just super bad for her brand. And you know what's going to happen? Whenever she comes back, I think she's on vacation or whatever. When she's going to come back, she's going to cry. She's going to have tears. She's going to be remorseful. She's going to regret saying those things. How could a woman that's that seasoned, that formed, that grown, this is not a child. This woman's almost 40. You knew what the fuck you were saying.
And now you made all the black people mad. Or at least at the time you did. You made Jalen Rose mad. You made Jay Will mad. Hell, he ain't black, but you made Woj mad. Who the fuck makes Woj mad?
Nah, real talk. Like, this was legitimately a crazy situation at ESPN. And it's crazy because, like, I would have never known.
They did a good job sweeping
they really swept it under the rug. And it's crazy that this actually got out. But you know Maria Taylor is the one that got this out. Because I think what happened is that Maria Taylor wanted to decide if she was going to pursue re-signing with ESPN. Her contract is up in a few weeks. I think when she decided and made a conscious decision with herself that she wasn't going to go back to ESPN, she leaked this info. Because, bro, Rachel Nichols has a pristine reputation.
This happened a year ago, by the way, too. Imagine, this is like literally a year ago to this month. Like, all these events took place. I think the conversation that was recorded on July 13th. So that would have been, like a week or so from now. So it's literally almost been a year since she even made those comments. So imagine. Go ahead, Herb.
Nah, for real, dog. And it's crazy how they really swept this shit under the rug. Like, to know.
Well, did anyone know at the time? This is just coming out. No one knew, right?
Oh, no. Okay, so the public didn't know, but this was a situation that was very internal. Like, they had a conference call. Like, even in the article, Adrian Wojnarowski, aka Woj, Mr. Wojbomb, there was a conference call when they were talking about it, and Woj on the conference call said, you know what? Rachel, you're a bad teammate. Basically, what he was saying was, bro, you a hater, dog. Like, why you player hating, bro? Why you bag watching? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And to me, that speaks to his character. Does he get his brownie points? Cool, but he didn't know that it was going to come out. That's how he actually felt. You know what I'm saying? That's how people look at her. So now to know, it's going to be crazy to watch ESPN knowing that a lot of these people don't actually fuck with this bitch, bro. And it makes sense why you see the difference on the countdown, the difference on the jump. Like, you used to always see Jalen Rose and stuff like that. It lets you know that there's so much things going behind the scenes.
It puts everything back in the context.
It puts so much things in perspective. Why you'll see J.R. Richardson now, Richard Jefferson now. Why you'll see a Kendrick Perkins. Kendrick Perkins don't know shit about shit, nigga. I don't think that nigga know how to tie his own shoes, bro. At this point, bro. Honestly,
you disrespectful.
Fuck
man.
that nigga, man.
You disrespectful.
Fuck that nigga, man. For real.
If he punch you in your shit, I'm gonna be like,
that's fine, bro.
I mean, bro, okay, it's Kendrick Perkins. The basketball players, they want to fuck with him, of course. Like, what can we do to a nigga like that?
For sure, nigga. That's you got it. But from my platform, I'm gonna tell that nigga.
That don't mean
you.
I want to listen, man. Just because you played the game, bro, don't mean I want to listen to you talk about
Facts,
it.
nigga.
Listen,
that's just what it is.
I feel like my biggest issue with Perk, and Perk got way better, but my biggest issue with Perk
How
is
he
just
got way
more
better,
the,
bro?
I mean, 5% is not way better.
Real.
Come on, dog. He's way better than. It's just like
Nigga,
when
when
Brandon
you-
Marshall first started. Brandon
Marshall's
Marshall
still
got
trash.
better,
Still trash.
but he got better.
But if the okay,
Perkins
you know what?
got better. Perkins is not bad as he was when he first
But
started.
what
bruh.
about what kind of bar are you trying to clear? my
Hey,
nigga?
listen, dude.
Baby bar, man.
Damn, bro.
Baby
Listen,
limo.
man, listen, he's way better than what he was way back when he first started. When he first started, it was unbearable. I couldn't keep whenever like, yo, I'm changing the channel or I'm skipping his part throughout the podcast. So like, I understand now. You know, it's levels to this where it's like, okay, he's not doo-doo. He's not unbearable. You know what I'm saying? So
No,
That's
Gerson,
all.
you just getting used to his trash. That's what that is.
I mean,
Listen, bro, I don't watch too much ESPN videos. I really only watch like the FS1 shit, to be honest with you. Like either First Things First or Undisputed. If I do watch sports shit, and if I do watch anything from ESPN, it's normally First Take, which is rare. But every once in a while, Screaming A. Smith, I get a laugh out of watching him just scream his lungs out for no reason. But Kendrick Perkins, man, like keep that nigga off my screen, man.
All right, so before we move on to just NBA talk in general, this is just further proof, bro. We have, and I'm talking we as black people, right? In any aspect, we have very few allies. Even when we think we have allies, we don't got allies, bro. Like the percentage of white people or other races that truly are on our side is so slim.
Minuscule.
If Rachel Nichols is a fucking player hater, bro, then anybody could be, bro.
I was wondering where he was going with that. I was like, where's this nigga taking
Like,
this? Right?
if Rachel Nichols could be a player hater, bro, we got no chance.
I mean,
bro.
I
So
know.
it's just us, bro. It's just us, man.
I don't. It's unfair because I feel in that situation, which I understand. Everybody wants everybody to do good. Just don't take mine. You know what I'm saying? Get your plate. Don't take
trust
my
me,
plate.
We
You feel me? So,
we don't disagree. We're not saying that you're wrong. The problem is that goes against everything that she portrays herself.
listen,
to
dog.
be.
You can get your own show. You can put it right next to me. I don't need to be gone. You know what I'm saying? I just see it in that sense.
Right,
Well,
but
no,
that's
well,
not the
but-
same
but
thing.
no,
No, I got this.
No, because people will.
Gerson, you can't say if she felt that way, if she felt purely that, she would have never said anything about diversity.
Then
that's the point, bro. Like,
I got you, bro.
Like, she could have made it specifically about Maria Taylor, bro. It wasn't about Maria Taylor, bro. What she saw was, man, get this fucking nigga out of here, dog. Hey, Fast, what you were going to say, Rod?
Nah, I was just gonna. I mean, what was I gonna say? I mean, I was just thinking. Oh, what I was gonna say was to what you were saying, Gerson. What Rachel was specifically upset about was that she wasn't gonna be the one doing the NBA Finals last year. That's normally her gig because she's on the A-lister team for ESPN. So the fact that she went that far with it, like Herb said, like if she would have just been like, man, that bitch Maria, man, she must have sucked somebody's dick or some shit. Like if she would have went like personally against her as a person, then it's different. Then it's just like, well, damn, like did she fuck your husband or some shit. But she said, oh, ESPN has a long time. They have a crap record with diversity. When you say it like that, we know what you mean. You could word it any way you want, but you know what it means, bro. Like, oh, they have a bad record with diversity, so they needed to make some changes, some forced changes. That's not a good look for someone who advocates women empowerment and diversity. It's just not a good look at all.
I mean, I'm just more of the person that, like, I'm getting everything you're saying. I just don't want it to destroy. Because we have...
It hurts. She should be destroyed. Because at the end of the day, bro, fuck all that. No, dead ass, bro. If, like I said earlier, we beating a dead horse at this point.
I get you,
Like
bro.
I said earlier, if this was Clay Travis, if this was anybody like that who has a consistent record of feeling this way, nobody would care. Nobody would be like, that's that person being that person. She can't be the person who says that, because if she stood behind whatever she felt or whatever she says on the jump, whenever she has a fucking platform, her mind wouldn't even go there. And that's the issue. It's not about her being protective of her job. It's people really seeing who she is for who she actually is. And she lost all credibility with everybody now. Like,
I mean, I get it, bro. I'm just the type of person that say racist shit all the time, but I don't hate white people, bro.
I don't think she hates black people.
Right.
It's just
No,
she's
but
not as honest as she claims to be.
Right.
She's not
Pure?
exactly.
Okay.
She's not who she claims to be.
That's
That's what it is, bro. It's just that simple, bro. All right. Real quick, playoff. What's it called? Since we're talking about basketball, just go ahead and get that in. And then we go quick hits and close the show out. Go ahead.
I won't keep this long-winded. I'm extremely happy. The one thing about this playoffs that I love personally is that no matter who wins, someone's legacy is going to be bigged up forever. Whether it's, I don't know if Giannis, I'm pretty sure Giannis will come back because I don't think he had a major knee injury, so he should be back. But whether it's Giannis who wins it or Chris Paul who wins it, and I'm rooting for the Suns. I got the Suns in 6, and I know the Bucks are a better team, and the Bucks should beat them, but I'll never trust the Bucks until I see them win. I think I have the Suns in 6, and that's really more me wanting to see Chris Paul put the cherry on top of his fucking icing on the cake that is his career, you know? And I'm just happy that we got this matchup, and it sucks that we had to deal with so many injuries, but in turn, it actually gave us a very unpredictable playoffs, which for a change was real nice.
Well, what I would say is I want the Milwaukee Bucks to win. And as much as I sit there and think about it, I came to realize they have a good chance of losing this. And actually, the Suns have a really great chance of winning the championship. And what I would say is, like, people, as much as I want to hold it against Giannis because Giannis will be the best man on the floor, he'll be the best player on the floor. The truth is, he can't win unless Middleton plays at a level where he's at least as good as Booker or Chris Paul. He can't let all three of the Suns' best players be better than him. And that's the only way I can see Milwaukee winning. But the problem is I don't believe Middleton is as good as all three of those dudes. And what's the name is actually looking like a really great player.
Oh,
like
Ayton?
Chris Paul has brought when people say who deserves the credit, I'm gonna give Chris Paul because as much as you could look at Chris Paul, you see that he makes Ayton better, obviously. You know what I'm saying? So
I do want to make mention of one thing, and I agree with you.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of people don't realize was that last year, when the Suns started the season, Ayton was suspended for the first part. But when Ayton has played with the Suns, they have a winning record. They were good when he played with them last year.
No, he's good. He's a good player. I know that.
he's but like you said, when you play with the point guard, he's gonna maximize what you bring to the table on the court. So, any opinions heard?
Nah, my only opinion is, man, that boy Pat Bev wild, man. That boy is wild. That shit was crazy.
What?
Bruh, I saw that nigga soul come out his body. Chris Paul, bro, the way he flew, bro.
Whoa, I thought he hurt him. Like the way he pushed it, because Chris Paul's in basketball years is old.
I thought Chris Paul put some sauce onto it.
No. Real talk. It's like, you don't know how to brace for that, bro. There's the last thing on your mind. Like, trust me.
He got pushed from the back.
He got pushed from the back, and You could saw his neck go back like this, bro. He ain't put sauce on it, bro. He ain't put sauce on it, bro.
You know, CP3 is made like gingerbread.
I just want to know what he said to Pat Beverly to make that nigga that mad, bro.
It wasn't that bad though. I don't understand. Like,
Nigga, when you saw Pat Bev walk past him, you saw Chris Paul's head turn. He said something to him, bro. And look, okay, all jokes aside, Chris Paul is my favorite basketball player of all time. The nigga's a fucking piece of shit,
how
bro.
is he your best player of all time?
Because I fell in love with him since he was a fucking New Orleans Hornet, bro.
Yeah.
But what gravitate? Like his
You
game?
know me.
Like
His game-
looking at his game is
Not his game, because like,
Do people remember him before he hurt his knee, bro?
nah, bro, like, you know me. Like, even if, like, my player, what do I always play my player? Point guard. I always play point guard. Like, to me, when I play my player, I'm more excited when I got 20 assists than I got 30 points, bro. Like, dead ass, bro. Like, that's just, I look for that. Like, it's just my natural thing. I love Chris Paul. Chris Paul is my favorite basketball player of all time. He made me fall in love with basketball outside of Iverson. Iverson was my first love. Chris Paul became my number one, like, true favorite basketball player, right? Like, I followed him when he went to the Clippers. I followed him when he went to the Rockets. Like, the whole nine, bro. Like, but it's the same nigga that punched niggas in the nuts at Wake Forest, bro. Let's be honest. Like, let's be honest. There's a reason why majority of the team, his teammates hate him, bro, who he doesn't play with no more. Blake Griffin can't stand a nigga. DeAndre Jordan can't stand a nigga, bro. James Harden can't stand a nigga, bro. And James Harden got his own quirks, bro. But a lot of places that he leaves, Josh Smith didn't even play with a nigga. Can't stand a nigga, bro. Boogie Cousins, bro. You saw Boogie Cousins, man. You bitch ass nigga, dog. Like he does. A lot of niggas do not like this dude, bro. And he just had it's the State Farm commercials, all that shit just gives him a bulletproof persona, bro. Niggas an ass, bro.
No, but clearly, man, anyone that watch him and look at how people around him are, or at least like he's obviously the person that tells everybody what to do on the court, and he's like, to me, mind wise, because he doesn't have the physical attributes of all these other point guards. I think at least IQ wise, he's the most efficient point guard ever. That's why
facts.
they call him the point guard.
100%. That ain't got nothing to do with that nigga's personality, bro. Which means he's a fucking dick, bro.
No, I just mean in the sense of like this guy is really great, and at the end of the day, he does everything right on the court. As much as he is an asshole, it's part of his personality, but that's why he is the point guard, bro.
Nah, facts. Again, the nigga's a piece of shit. And I just, like I said, I just want to know, because it literally was one word. It was so quick. It wasn't a phrase. He didn't go back and forth with him, but whatever he said forced Pat Beverly to say the only thing that I could feel that I could get back at this nigga is to push him to the other side of the moon, bro.
You know what I think it was? It was what he said and the fact that Chris Paul was giving them boys the business. Because Pat Bev was the primary defender.
He must have just real quick, faggot. Or hoe ass nigga. Like, whatever it was,
Nigga,
it just
trash.
Pat Beverly was walking the other way, and Pat Beverly had immediately turned. Bro. And he was like, bro, what? He pushed this nigga. I've never seen that ever in the NBA, bro. Not the new NBA, bro.
Right.
You feel me? Like, outside of the 80s NBA, late 90s type shit, bro. Out past the brawl, the Malice in the Palace, bro.
Yeah.
I've never seen a nigga just say, you know what? I got to push this nigga with everything in my body.
Chris Paul triggered the fuck out of that nigga.
Nah, real talk. That's why I just got to know what did Chris Paul say? Because I know it was something wild and reckless, bro. I know it was. All right, quick hits. Shit. All right, quick hits. I know you want to talk about this. Joyner Lucas, rapper, super dope rapper. He has chains that are inspired by 90s to 2000s rap labels, bro. And you sent me the video, Gerson. Them shits was actually fire, bro.
No, they were really fire. It was beautiful to see all of the old chains. He had the Bad Boys. He had the Rockefeller. He had Rough Rider. He had all of them. And watching the videos is just like, if you're a person from, Rockefeller, how do you feel about that? Because I wonder if it's a situation where he gets a cease and desist. Because at the end of the day, bro, like, it was very important to have those chains back in the day. Like, you, as part of, like, being Christian, you part of the clique now, da-da-da-da. As someone, I wonder, I don't know, I don't got shit right now to do that, but, like, I wonder how people that own those those names and whatnot, seeing another person copy their change and put it on. Granted, I think his chain is way smaller than the original would be. Like, it's just a small version, but it's real nice, bro. It's real.
Okay, so not to cut you off,
Yeah.
the fact that they're smaller lets me know that they're of higher quality. Because a lot of these niggas be buying cheap diamonds. That's why their shit's so big.
Right.
The fact that they were small lets me know he was getting like quality diamonds.
I'm talking about this, the shape of the pigment. You know, back in the day, this shit was huge. Or
Yeah, it was huge because them niggas was getting fake diamonds and cheap ass. Yeah, I know so. I know that for a fact. Me studying jewelry, I know a lot of these niggas was buying fake jewelry, bro.
a lot. I know a lot.
A lot of these, 98% of these niggas was buying fake jewelry.
I won't put that on. Like,
I 100%.
Rockefeller. Or
All that.
on-
All that. I'm telling you. Because these niggas don't know diamonds, bro. Like these niggas don't know diamonds, bro. Like, dead ass.
Well, no, either way, bro. But anyway, it was a beautiful thing for him
Facts.
to do. And, you know, I would do some shit like that if I could, bro. Get me like a little fucking Rockefeller chain. That's an awesome idea that he brought up. But,
Now, the only thing, my only takeaway, and we're going to the next thing. My only takeaway is that watching that, it gave me a bit of nostalgia, and it let me know that the record labels of the past are a lot better than the new hip hop record labels of now, bro.
why you think that?
Outside of Quality Control, QC, who's the good record label?
You're right.
Yeah,
right.
bro.
But I feel like everybody doing the money play, like, you know, they greedy. Like, no one's actually trying to do the develop an artist and blah blah blah.
Yeah,
And
that's part of why I said they're better. Like seeing those chains, every single one of those felt like a different team. Like Rockefeller was nothing like Rough Riders. Rough Riders was nothing like Disturbing the Peace.
Right.
Disturbing the Peace, even though they both was out of Atlanta, felt nothing like So Def or whatever. Right?
That's true.
So
That's true.
that's what made it so special. Like everybody had their own identity.
Well, they were all distinct and they were all diverse.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? QC, okay. $1 billion Entertainment, okay. The Baby, that's the Baby's label, bro. Who the fuck do you know besides the Baby, bro? Okay. Dream Chasers, name one nigga on Dream Chasers. That's Meek Mill's label. That's just it. Those were actual labels. These are symbols. These new niggas, they just have symbols or shit, shit that they rap.
Do you think that goes back to what DDP? You think they doing it different? Because I think isn't that Kendrick label?
Or no. Oh, that's Dog Pound. Yeah, that's DTE.
Yeah, I think they're doing it well, but they're not doing it like, you know.
They're doing it, but for whatever reason, it just don't feel the same. It doesn't feel iconic. Like you know.
Yeah,
Their
roster is impressive though.
Of course.
Oh yeah,
their roster.
Of course.
I listen to.
So
you got Schoolboy Q. You got fucking
Absol. You got Isaiah Rashad.
You got Isaiah Rashad. You got SZA. Like, come on, bro.
Yeah.
And Kendrick Lamar. Like,
but that's what made me think. Like, why is it different? Why can't they shift it to what it used to be in that sense?
Honestly, bro, I just think it was the error. I just think it was like the label was so important back then. Like the label was a part of everything. Like what label you were on spoke to who you were as a person. That's why I just think it was iconic. Like you was on Rockefeller, bro. Like you was on Beanie Siegel shit. You was on State Property. Like you was on Dipset. Like it was a movement.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Now it's not. It's just, hey, that's the label you on, bro. Like, it's just a contract. Back then, it was a movement. It was an entity.
It meant more.
It meant more. That's what it was. That's what it is. All right. Speaking of hip hop, I know you wanted to say this. Observation on Lil Baby just taking the crown, bro. Go ahead, Gerson.
Nah, I mean, I'm not up on his music like that, but listening to the track that he recently dropped that everybody's making me up with him and Dirk, and on that DJ Khaled song, Every Chance That I Get, bro. Listening to his verse, and literally the only verse I listen to, like whenever it gets to Lil Durk or him, I'm hitting back. I'm hitting back, bro. Like, yeah, and to no disrespect to Durk, I don't actually know if he. Well, I listened to it a couple of times, but it's just like Lil Baby was so hard, bro. I literally just listen to his part, and that's it, bro. That's all. So, like, And it just clicked to me like, okay, now he's officially on that level of J. Cole, Drake, and like he's the guy that was the number one spot coming out of the new dudes. Like seriously, but like legitimizing his position with his lyrics and keep giving us hot tracks and whatnot. Like I officially had to be like, all right, bro, with this verse, I just gave it to him. Like, all right, you're on that level. Where
You know what? When it comes to the baby,
wait. Fix your mic, because you the only nigga I know who this nigga might just be going all over the place. He don't even touch it, bro. That ass. But go on, right, go on.
Nah, the only thing I was gonna say was, man, like the baby been riding. I probably don't listen to as much of his music as y'all boys do. I have like my own little group of niggas I listen to, but anytime I hear this nigga on a track, it's pleasant to hear. But the thing about him is, with him taking the top spot, I mean that's a beautiful thing. But what I know the baby for outside of music is
Lil
like,
Baby.
Is it Lil Baby?
Yeah.
Oh, what I know Lil Baby for is
why you confused him with the baby?
No, yeah, I don't know. Why I'm confused. But it's good that it's good that you know what I'm saying, that he's finally reached that level. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so for me, you know, I got a different perspective. Like that's my favorite new rapper. Like trust me, when My Turn came out, only thing I listened to, all 20 tracks. It has 20 songs, and then he gave me 6 more, and I listened to all of them, bro. Like it's one of those albums where you don't realize how dope he is until you keep listening to it, because you realize what he's doing differently on each track. You realize a different cadence. You realize a different rhyme scheme. And a lot of these Southern rappers who are not like Outkast or somebody like JID or something like that, right? Who you expect to be lyrical, who you expect to be a technician, you don't give these niggas credit. Like, and I learned that from listening to Gucci, where I gotta take these niggas serious too. The hood niggas, the quote unquote mumble rappers, right? And I took Lil Baby serious from the jump. Fucking first mixtape, freestyle. What's the song he got with fucking Drake?
Oh.
The Dash is Digital or whatever like that, right? So I'm just like, oh, he been dope. So then, to me, I seen this from a mile away. Cause like I've been listening to this nigga nonstop. Like
the funny thing is, I'm the reverse. I just hear him on features and shit like that, and be like, damn, he killing it.
Nah, bro. Like this is when I know
being an actual fan.
This is when I know he was gonna be a star. My old lady made us play the song. It's called Best Friends, right? That's when I knew he was gonna be a megastar. Because when you a rapper, you don't have a chance to be a superstar unless you can make a song for the ladies that niggas could fuck with too.
Yep.
When I heard that song, I told her, I was like, I didn't even hear that. You feel me? Because I wouldn't normally play that kind of song. So when she played it, I'm like, who that is? She was like, oh, that's Lil Baby. I said, that's Lil Baby. What the fuck? Nah. When I heard that, I was like, oh, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. Once I know you can make that song, it's over. Because there's nothing you can't do in this game, right? Like, so I knew he was going to be a star. But even now, just seeing, it's rare when you are a rapper where you got the mainstream, you got the pop niggas, you got the white folks, and you got the streets, bro. Not many people have that, bro.
Yeah, that's true. That's hard to do.
That's very hard to do.
That's hard to do.
Drake is the last nigga who had all 3 and kept all 3. Migos had that for like 6 months. You know what I'm saying?
That's not fair. Migos had it like
no, they didn't. They didn't. They had Bad and Bougie, and that made them pop stars, and they lost the streets. It's the minute Bad and Bougie popped off, they lost the streets because they didn't really, even this like they wasn't really making real street music. They were making trap music. Lil Baby, Lil Durk, they make street music. There's a difference. There's substance behind their lyrics, and Lil Baby never sacrifices substance. He just knows how to make shit that white folks like too, bro. That's why he's the number 1 nigga right now, right? Like,
you know what's funny? Because I never seen it because I'm not a fan, and he does sound like he mumbles a lot. Like I just thought he was a mumble rapper, and then listening to Emotionally Scarred,
hard.
Listening to All In, I was like,
hard.
Yo, you know what, man? This nigga can actually rap. And then after that, just seeing how he busting every track he's on.
Man, he killing niggas, bro.
And then to me, like I said, I'm just so blown away by this verse. I was like, you know what, bro? He got it.
Facts, nigga.
He
Facts,
got
nigga.
it.
All right, last before we close out the show, Rod, I know you want to talk about the situation that's happening near to us. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're not from South Florida, you might not be hip to it. A tragic situation. A Miami apartment building had a collapse. And the disgusting aspect of it, these people had the audacity to say we did an investigation and said that it's deemed unsafe. You fucking think? Half the building fell to the fucking ground. You think?
No shit, right?
But go ahead, Rod.
Nah, I mean, it's just it's sad to see that, because, you know, I've been thinking about it a lot, because I work the type of work that I do. We work in buildings like that a lot, and now it's funny, dog. Like, dead ass. The other day we went to a building, and one of my coworkers was looking at the building, and I was like, "Nigga, what the fuck you looking at?" He was just like, I'm checking for cracks." Like that shit. Like, it's unfortunate that they knew that building was a hazard, and they made no bones, made no effort to educate the people on it, to make preparations in order to get people out of there or anything like that. Now, obviously, it might sound easy to say things like that after the collapse happened, but this just speaks to the problem that we have in society in general, especially down here in Florida, where it's just like they just don't care. I think it's been confirmed there are roughly 20 or so deaths. There's still 120 plus people missing, likely dead, right? Because if they're missing, they're just under the rubble. I think they recently suspended the search because they're going to do demolition. The whole situation is just a fucking debacle, and it's just such a shame that there were people who were, I mean, there are motherfuckers who were sleeping in their bed, you know, thinking about work the next day, and they fucking wake up in the middle of the night to be sliding down to their doom. And it's just it's a really unfortunate situation, and I hope that I don't know, you know, where you point the direct finger to, but whoever has some sort of responsibility for this, I hope they get hellfire, nigga, because it's just a horrible situation.
And to me, that's the worst part about it, is like knowing that these people willingly let this shit slide and just prayed that it wouldn't become an issue, and the worst possible thing happened, bro. We have 22 people dead at this point,
right,
and 122 people that are still missing, which means that there's 144 people that are dead. That could have been avoided.
I read an article on a whole family they found. They found a whole family. They found a father, a mother, his 2 kids, all dead. Like, it's horrible, bro.
Nah, it's beyond horrible, dog. And I don't even know how to close the show in that fashion, dog. But seriously, bro, but we got to, man. So appreciate y'all for coming again. Appreciate everybody for listening. I love this episode. A lot of challenging, serious topics that needed to be discussed. And we will see y'all next week. Deuces.
Yep.